There, you want to trim this off the box. This is going to take me about a minute to trim both sides, which is 4 flaps. Okay, now I've trimmed the edges of the flaps. Now you can see they fit nicely along the edge. And a piece of tape will go over that, and there'll be nothing to catch. Very easy to do, but 99.9% of people that ship don't do this. Okay, the inner flap is down, the outer flap is almost down. It's got one piece of tape across it right here. And most people would now send it out. Slap a label on it, out it would go. But that's not what I'm going to do. See the side here? See the difference? The bottom flap has been trimmed and taped down. The top flap has been trimmed but not taped down. See the bottom flap? That's not going to catch anything in transit. See the top flap? That will. The other side? Same thing. It's got one piece of tape across it. That is not enough. Alright, I've now got the one side all taped up. As you can see, there are no flaps exposed. Now this is done with clear tape. Brown tape is actually better as far as aesthetics go, but I'm currently out of brown tape, so using this craft tape isn't good for this. Anyway, so that's all taped up. I haven't done the other side yet, but I want to show you something. See these corners? See how there's a little bit of exposure there? That's where they get caught on things when they're in transit. Same thing on the bottom, which I haven't done anything into the bottom yet. The other side, these have already been sealed. There's nothing exposed. It's clear tape. You can see through a little bit, but these corners have been covered. The other corners haven't, so we're going to cover those now. Okay, almost done. Going to put the outer shipping label on this item. As you can see, the label, it's upside down. I round all the edges. The edges are what usually get cut, and that's what usually peels a label off. So there are no sharp edges on this label. Cutting the label, rounding the edges, this is another thing that takes maybe 10 seconds. It takes longer to film it than it does to do it. How many people do this? I don't know, only me. As with all my outer shipping labels, I use 3M 77 adhesive. This bonds the label to the package. Doesn't glue it to the package, it bonds it. After about 12 to 15 hours, the label won't come off. If you try to take it off, you'd have to peel it off in little teeny pieces. About 100 of them was what you'd have to do on a 4x6 inch label. Also, my labels are very large. The letters are usually about a font of 20 to a font 30. This is something that's very easy for the carrier to see. They don't have to sit there and squint, and if the label happens to get hit or something, it's still readable. Anyway, here we go. Put a little bit of this on the back. That's all it takes. Okay, now I've got the label on the package. You can see that's the flap, and the label goes right across the edge of the flap. I've got these papers on it so I don't disclose the recipient's information. You want to put it across the flap so when they open it, they have to break the label. This also discourages the shipping companies from opening the packages. The better their package and the more difficult they look to open, the more likely they are not to open them. Shipping companies, when they open your items, they'll open them up, look at what's inside, shove it back in the box, put a single piece of tape on it, and send it out. I've had to file 2 claims with shipping companies who damaged my items because they opened them and repackaged them poorly. What a joke. One of them was damaged right at a freight hub. I took not a video, but several snapshots of it and filed a claim. When they saw the pictures, they paid the claim pretty quick. The claim on that was a few years ago. I believe it was about $450 in damage. Anyway, so it's good to package things in a way that gets them there and discourages the monkeys at the freight places from opening them. Okay, now the package is ready to go. Throw on a do not open with blade sticker. So I've put 2 pieces of clear tape across the shipping label as an extra precaution. That label is never going to come off. And there were some markings on the box, so I've crossed those out with a Magnum 44 marker. On this box it happened to say COD. Don't want to cause any confusion. Anyway, this package is ready to go. These vintage items inside, these NOS items from about 20 years ago, will arrive in the same condition they left.